Hey everyone, we're standing on the corner of West 30th Street and Broadway overlooking the Empire State Building. And today we're going to be walking to the Flatiron Building and talking a little bit about the recent auction sale of the Flatiron Building and a few details about the condos. Now the Flatiron Building is at 175 Fifth Avenue. The condo conversion process is underway with 38 luxury residential units in total. Now, the project did launch sales in late 2025, targeting a full sellout around $380 to $381 million, including extras like storage space and wine cellars. According to the most recent Street Easy data, prices start around $10.95 million for 3-bedroom units, roughly 3,000 square feet, with 4 bedrooms from about 15.5 to 16.1 million. Now, there is a massive penthouse up to $50 million that is 7,400 square feet, 5-bedroom, on the higher floor. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to walking. Once again, we have this stunning shot of the Empire State Building. All the lights are coming on because the sun is now setting. I'm going to be walking directly down Broadway. Before we continue to head all the way down, I do just want to point the camera a little bit off to the left and talk about this building. Now, this is 262 Fifth Avenue. An unbelievably controversial building in New York for reasons which you guys will see a little bit later on in this video, because if you stand directly outside of the Flatiron Building by Madison Square Park and you look north, you used to have the most unbelievable view of the Empire State Building. But now, since developers built that extremely tall pencil-thin tower, it now overcomes that view of the Empire State Building, leaving only the 23 residences in the building to enjoy those views, which has caused much controversy here in New York, the Flatiron District specifically. But the biggest question I have is, will that building impact sales of the individual condos in the Flatiron Building? I think so, to be quite honest. We'll briefly veer off here so I can show you some more interesting architecture. These buildings are some of my favorite as we head down to the Flatiron District. Just beautiful, beautiful facades here. I like it much better than the more modernistic all glass facades, particularly this building on the corner of 29th Street and Broadway. This is a massive cast iron facade. But I mean, if you're going to spend multiple millions of dollars on a condo inside the Flatiron Building with 262 Fifth Avenue obstructing those views, I think that could be a problem. So we'll see, and we'll monitor that as the sales commence. I feel as if many people who are going to be buying in the Flatiron Building are going to be doing it solely so they can say that they own a unit in the famous Flatiron Building. The building in and of itself is so iconic and not only renowned here in the United States, it is world-renowned, the Flatiron Building. You'll probably have a lot of interesting, maybe art collectors or architectural buffs that choose to purchase in the building. It is a shame, though, that those views of the Empire State Building are obstructed. This is now the corner of 28th Street. And Broadway. I am going to make a slight right on the corner here, which I'll explain why in just a moment. And it's because this is the brand new Ritz-Carlton Nomad, which is convenient because you have both the R and the W trains directly at the front entrance of the Ritz-Carlton Nomad. You have great public space outside, which will be put to much better use when all of the snow melts. But this is a great building. They have some really good features about it. Great dining. Perfect location. So if you're coming to New York City and you're coming in through Penn Station, this is only about maybe a 4.5 block walk to your hotel, and you're near all the major transportation hubs. So just keep that in mind. This is a great property, the brand new Ritz-Carlton Nomad. And all up and down Broadway too, you have some great restaurants, good nightlife. So if you're here on business or something like that, there's multiple options for you to enjoy. Nomad has always been that neighborhood in the city with some of my favorite looking buildings, favorite architecture. You also have some famous rooftop bars here as well. You can kind of see all the pedestrians trying to hurdle over these big piles of water, because today is the first day in about 2 weeks in New York City where we've finally gotten above freezing. It was 36 degrees Fahrenheit in the city today, and that felt like a spring day. It was very weird. It seems as if almost every single retail storefront here is occupied. I remember walking this during the pandemic, and this entire stretch was blown out. Almost all of the retail was vacant. But now you have a lot of really nice places. Like this place is an ice cream bar. It's like alcohol-infused ice cream. You have an Aesop here. And once you get south to 27th Street, it is closed down to vehicles. And it is pedestrian and cyclists only, which is really great. Obviously now it looks horrible because of all of this snow, but essentially all the way down until the Flatiron building, you have all of this public space, in which case the restaurants use it for outdoor dining. It really gives off a European vibe in the summer, particularly on a Friday night in the summer. Everyone comes out, dines outside. There's usually this huge line for this 235th rooftop that stretches all the way down the block past the Smith, which is another decent restaurant. The Smith location that I mostly go to is over by Lincoln Center as you're heading towards the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And this is a pretty good matcha place. It's called Cha Cha Matcha. Okay, let's go ahead and continue down. But first, right here on the corner of 27th Street, you have this great shot of the Ritz-Carlton Nomad. You can see at the very, very top, there's some outdoor space. You get great views of Manhattan and unobstructed views of the Empire State Building. So check it out. It's a really good property. This place right next to the Sweet Greens, I believe is originally, well, I know it's originally in Miami. It's called Pura Vida. And now they're starting to expand operations in New York. Their storefronts right here. So in between 26th and 27th Street. And here's that very popular rooftop. 230 5th. This is also a new burger place, the Skinny Louie. I've only been to this place once, and it was not here. It was in Wynwood, Miami. They have a location right there in Wynwood.
He said, "Go Patriots," and I was like, "Fuck you, man."
You can see how they dug out a little bit of the outdoor dining space, but this one is all discombobulated. They probably should take it all in. If we were to go over to Fifth Avenue, that's where Jeff Bezos' brand new penthouse is. And last summer, so the summer of 2025, when I was walking down Fifth, headed towards the Flatiron building, Bezos actually closed down the entire block. He was able to get permits to close down parts of Fifth Avenue and get a crane company, such as Bay Crane or the like, to physically lift his furniture into his apartment through the windows by utilizing a crane. Which is crazy to think about, but I guess if you have the money and resources, then why not? As we continue southbound, I always call this the mini skyline of Madison Square Park. It's one of my favorites in the city. A collection of more modernist architecture with some of the original great buildings in New York City. And I like this time when the sun is just setting, but it's still a little bit light out, dusk if you will. I mean, look at how beautiful that looks. This is the mini skyline overlooking Madison Square Park. Let's briefly go over towards Fifth Avenue and continue to walk down. This way you get a better angle of looking at New York City's Flatiron building. And I'll take a moment just to look back to visualize where we came from. So again, Broadway, tons of shops, tons of stores, restaurants, and particularly in the summer it looks great because of no vehicle traffic. So come here during July, August. Now, once we get to the corner here of Fifth, you'll be able to see quite literally a bang-on view of the Flatiron building. However, there's still scaffolding that encompasses the entire exterior of the facade, unfortunately, but that is just because they are still undergoing that condo conversion process. So that is the Flatiron building, but as you can see, it's still covered in scaffolding. But it looks beautiful. Now, if we want to talk about the public listings, if you look up Unit 11 at the Flatiron building, Unit 11 South, it's on the market for $16 million. 3,828 square feet. So what is that? Divide that into 16. Or vice versa. That's like 4,000 a foot. Which that's very high. But for the Flatiron building, I mean, maybe you're going to pay a premium, but 4,000 a foot, that's a lot of money. Anyway, that's a 4-bed, 4-bathroom apartment. I also believe if you look on Street Easy at Unit 6 North, again, Unit 6 North, it's on the market for $18.9 million. And that unit's even bigger still. 4,654 square feet. Again, right around $4,000 a foot. But that's 4 beds, 4.5 baths. Better views. Because you're overlooking Madison Square Park. The only thing I would say, though, everyone, about the Flatiron building is I don't really, I mean, obviously, right? These buildings weren't designed to live in, right? A Flatiron building with its very unique exoskeleton makes it very, very awkward for a residential layout. So if you look at some of the renderings online, or if you look at some of the floor plans, you'll notice how you kind of have that open concept kitchen leading into the living room. And at the very, very tip of the Flatiron building, where you see those windows facing the front, that's like the V-shaped living room. Now, I guess that could be nice, but I feel as if it's a little bit too narrow, for me anyway. But maybe I'll be able to get the chance to show you guys inside. We'll be filming a video inside the Flatiron building and checking out some of the condos. However, for me, I like more of an open living room that is either rectangular shaped or square shaped. I feel as if a triangle shaped living room could be a bit awkward. But we'll see, maybe it'll grow on me a little bit. The fixtures and the finishes are really nice inside. So we have now reached 23rd Street and the main entrance to Madison Square Park. Here you can get the R and W trains. From this angle, you'll be able to see the depth of the Flatiron building a little bit better. And now that some of the lights are coming on, you can see it. I mean, it's a stunning looking building, architecturally speaking. And what I want to do is I want to cross southbound for all of you now. We can narrowly avoid the buses.
Right. The easier it is for them. Like you can, I can pull it up to you right now, and then it'll get taken care of. Right. But if you've been like, if you've been.
And now, from right here, you'll be able to see clearly kind of what I was talking about at the beginning of the broadcast. as we look north from 23rd Street. Does this building look familiar? Well, it should, because that is 262 Fifth Avenue, and it totally blocks the Empire State Building, unfortunately. I mean, could you imagine having a really nice unit inside the Flatiron building with those north-facing exposures looking right at the Empire? But now it's totally obstructed by this billionaire building. Which is why I say it might impact sales a little bit.
Oh, hello. Really?
We're now going to head eastbound on 23rd Street, and I'll take you guys all the way over to the campus of CUNY Baruch College. So for those of you who don't know, CUNY stands for City University of New York. It is the public education infrastructure here in New York City. And Baruch College, of course, is named after the famous financier Bernard Baruch. So here you can kind of see the view that we've been missing out on. I mean, isn't that beautiful? Now that we're a little bit further over east from 262, you could see it better. In any event, Baruch College is known for its finance majors, with many individuals who attend Baruch. They will go on to work in some sort of financial capacity, either investment banking or accounting, something of the like. And as we head over towards Baruch, you'll be able to see one of the buildings that we sold about a year and a half ago now. It's called Gramercy North, and we do have a few videos up showcasing what some of those units look like inside. You're more than welcome to go back on our channel and look at the property tours playlist, in which case you'll be able to see Gramercy North sitting right on the campus of Baruch. Each unit there sold for just north of $2.4 million. It was a collection of 2-bed, 2-bathroom units, full floor apartments with keyed elevator going up to each unit. And this is now Park Avenue South, the 23rd Street station for the 6 train. So the 6 train is very easy to get to Grand Central Terminal. Just jump on right here. 23rd, then 28th, 33rd, and then finally 42nd Street. Grand Central Terminal. So many changes on this block. This Chelsea Piers Fitness is relatively new. This whole building has undergone a really nice renovation. There's also another 2-bedroom unit in the building just off to our right that we're currently selling. You can check it out on the channel to see what it looks like. It's really nice, just north of Gramercy Park. And you have that Friends Experience store in the retail unit of the building. And you have, of course, you have the very famous Gramercy Theater. I've only been inside this Gramercy Theater one time. So here's the building. We have a 2-bedroom for sale in here. You can go ahead on our channel and check it out. It's about a few blocks north of Gramercy Park. But adjacent us on the corner of Lexington. If you see that building in the middle, sandwiched in the middle with the lights on, that is Gramercy North. We've sold every unit there, but if you're curious on what it looks like inside, once again, go to our channel and look at the playlist. And as you stand here, you can see the Chrysler building. And just one more block north, that's the main campus of Baruch. I haven't been here in quite some time, but there you can see Gramercy North. Pretty nice building. Conveniently located to the trains and such. And then I'll head southbound. This is East 22nd Street. Again, East 22nd Street and Lexington. And now we are officially at Gramercy Park. Wait until you see a lot of the homes surrounding it. I'm also going to show you a very famous and recognizable club. If you were able to watch our walking tour from 2 days ago, where we explored the Upper West Side, we walked right past the one and only Dakota. And the Dakota on 72nd Street and Central Park West has these beautiful original gas lanterns outside. It's one of the only remaining buildings in New York City that has it. And one of the only other ones we're going to see today, which I'm really excited about. It's right outside of the Players Club. Now, if you're a member of the Players Club, one of the added perks is that you get a key to Gramercy Park. If you don't know, the only way to enter Gramercy Park is if you have a key, and you have to live in one of the major surrounding buildings in order to get a key to the park. So it's a very, very exclusive private park. We'll take advantage of the traffic jam and cross. But take a look at some of the gorgeous homes that line the park. I mean, look at these right in front of us. I think I like these ones more than some of the townhomes on the Upper East Side. This is now East 20th Street. Look at the solarium on this townhouse. Incredible. Could only imagine what that must be like. And here you have it. 15 Gramercy Park South. And check out these original gas lanterns right there. I'll have to come back and film a tour during the day, but the neighborhood is really, really peaceful at night. It's very elegant over here.
For bad reason. No, I've never heard of Rula, and
No, exactly. That's
18 Gramercy Park South. Okay, here it is. This is the Players. I mean, look at that. If I zoom in, you'll be able to see the logo on the flag there. But it's a really wonderful building. It's a great club. And you'll get a key to the park. And then, of course, you have the National Arts Club to the right. Quickly show you the plaque that you can see right here. It is a registered National Historic Landmark building. I mean, it is a beautiful building. I mean, my God. Look at the door here to the Players Club. I would really like to be a part of this club. Actually, I think this is one of the clubs in New York City that I'd really enjoy being a part of. Apparently, it's for a lot of creatives. At least from my understanding, a lot of creatives in the arts, film. I find that might be a little bit more interesting than being a part of like the Metropolitan Club or something where it's just a lot of other finance people just talking about the same stuff. Perhaps this might be a little bit more interesting. This is now East 19th Street and Irving Place. There's a very good coffee shop coming up to our right. It is called Irving Farm. And again, a lot of the low-rise pre-war buildings. A little bit of a traffic jam there.
He's so humble. He like.
Here you have the Irving Farm. It's kind of close, well, easy to miss. It's in the basement of this beautiful townhome. Can't wait till the weather starts to warm up for real. So you could come here and kind of sit outside and enjoy a coffee while reading the paper or something like that. In any event, this is another famous place down here. This is Pete's Tavern. This has been here forever. 1864. Pete's Tavern has been here. And look at the building. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous building that it's in. You know, there's so much history here. I really like the awning and the outer trim. It's like this brushed, polished gold outer trim, which is nice. I just really like the overall neighborhood, the vibe, the feel. And look at this. Right as I zoom into the north, you get a really nice shot of the Chrysler building, because this will turn into Lexington Avenue. So you have a direct line of sight, which is really nice. Isn't that really nice? It's a very New York shot. And then that famous sign too, looking back towards Gramercy Park. Again, this is the corner of 18th Street. And since we're on the path, we might as well head down to 14th Street, where we'll be able to make a right and head directly into Union Square. Check out that beautiful door. Kind of reminds me of some of the doors in Sutton Place. You know, these big stoops leading up to those very heavy wooden doors. If you've ever seen our Sutton Place walking tours, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you must go back and look. It's a little bit more prominent and recognizable in the summer, so don't worry, this summer we're going to be doing plenty of walking tours during the day in Sutton Place, just so you could visualize it and see it a little bit better. I feel as if that neighborhood really comes to life in the summer, because Sutton Place is really complemented by the East River, and it looks much nicer in the spring and in the summer months for obvious reasons. Also, a lot of the leaves are on the trees as opposed to like a barren environment. Okay, we're now approaching East 16th Street, everyone. We got 2 more blocks, in which case we'll make a right. The smell is really quite strong here on this block for some reason. It smells like a very harsh burning of crack cocaine. I don't know that due to user experience on that end, but taking the subway and things over the years, it is a very distinct and recognizable smell at that. Okay, 1 more block. This is officially 14th Street. If we were to make a left, you would run right into a really good K barbecue spot too. It's like an all-you-could-eat place. But for the sake of this video, we'll be making a right and heading into the main train terminal at Union Square. You have that main Whole Foods there. On the northernmost side of Union Square, you have that Barnes & Noble. And of course, you have the beautiful park. You can see the Best Buy. Also, you'll notice a lot more of the foot traffic, as 14th Street is a major transit hub, not only in terms of the subway, but the street runs east to west. This is one of the new NYPD EV vehicles. This is the Ford Mustang Mach-E. I do like these cars. However, I was talking to a good police buddy of mine in Miami, and he advised that, generally speaking, EVs are not good for police work because you need to be able to, get on the go fast. And if you run out of battery, you don't have the luxury of time to charge it all, finding a charger. It's much more convenient for police work just to have a regular ICE vehicle.
She even tell me that because you know another couple.
Hi everyone, we have made it to 14th Street, Union Square. If you enjoyed tonight's video, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and as always, we will see you in the next one, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.